Hello friends, I, Dr. Jayendra Amin, Associate Professor, School of Education, Central University of Gujarat, Gandhinagar, extend my genuine thanks to UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University for giving me an opportunity to connect with you and deliver my session on methods and strategies of imparting value education. I thank Professor Dr. Jagdish Joshi, Professor and Director of UGC HRDC of Gujarat University. This HRDC is providing the best platform to academic world under the able leadership of Professor Joshi and his team. It is the teamwork and performance of HRDC Gujarat University which has placed it on the top amongst the HRDCs in India. HRDC Gujarat University is ranked as a 15 in India and number 1 in Gujarat. It is pioneer and created history by organizing the first of its kind online refresher course in India in the year 2018-19. About 2,500 participants have attended it. The first of its kind, the first of its kind annual program in English language teaching, RP, with a record break 9,000 participants in the year 2019-20. The first year online short-term course on e-content development during lockdown and unlock 1. More than 100 courses with about 4,000 participants have successfully completed. The participants are from across the country. The first online professional development program for the administrative staff of universities during lockdown with 105 participants. It has emerged with the UK, Canadian universities. It is very innovative and established training institution in India. There are few I have mentioned from the extensive list of achievement of HRDC Gujarat University. Friends, today I am going to share my thoughts on methods and strategies for imparting value education. The structure of today's session is education, its meaning and its relation to values. Then we will try to understand values, its meaning and its underpinning with education. Then why values education is needed, methods and strategy for imparting the value education. So during this session, our main objective will be that, so friends, at the end of the session, we will be able to understand education and its underpinning for value education, and understand what the term value encompasses. You will be able to understand the need of imparting value education, and you will also learn the different methods and strategy for imparting value education. So friends, let us see these points one by one. First we start with education and its underpinning for value education. According to Swami Vivekananda, education is the manifestation of divine perfection already existing in man. Aristotle has defined education as education is the process of training man to fulfill his aim by exercising all the faculties to the fullest extent as a member of society. Gandhiji has defined education as, Gandhiji says, by education, I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in the child and man, body, mind, and spirit. Friends, looking at the very definitions given by the great educationist, it becomes very clear that the ultimate goal of education is to make the person fit for the society. It can be said that it is the responsibility of teachers and educators to imbibe the values first and make it inculcated among the students too. Now, looking at all this definition, we can say that there is some underpinning of education in imparting the value education to the different settings and the different levels of education. So just looking at this definition of education, now let us come to the another point, that is value education, that is value. So friends, as we have seen the different definition of the education, now we'll see what actually the values are. Let us see its meaning and its underpinning with the education. The word value is derived from the Latin word valere, meaning to be strong, be worth. To be of value is to be a certain virtues. So the sense of value is an essential attribute of human consciousness. It is this sense that prompts and guides the constant quest of common threads of goodness in various human beings, the decent society and upliftment of the life. So in general, the way the word values expresses the qualitative significance of importance we assign to ideas, feelings, activities, experiences. We experience life in countless ways. Our inner self selects analysis. These experiences sometimes consciously, but more often unconsciously, and assigns different degree of significance to them. The basis of the evaluation process is our system of values. Our value judgments are expressed through statements like, in general, we sometimes say that in a person, we can say that he is a right person, he is an honest man. Looking at the objects, we sometimes say it is a beautiful flower. We should respect elders. Or in a business, we can say that a business dealings should be fair, etc. Values are sometimes that we consider good, such as love, kindness, quietness, happiness, fun, honesty, politeness, relation, simplicity, etc. According to James Saver, values are standards and principles of judging worth. They are criteria by which we judge things, people, objects, ideas, actions, and situations to be good, worthwhile, desirable, or on the other hand, bad, worthless, or somewhere between the extremes. So looking at all this definition, a simple working concept of value can be evolved. Any human activity, thought, idea, feeling, sentiment, or emotions that could promote the integrated growth of personality of the individual could be said to constitute a value. Values are contribute. Values also contribute to the welfare of the larger social unit such as family, community, nation, and the world of which the individual is a member. Now let us see why value education is needed to impart. The reasons are actually it is very personal and controversial issue to say that values can be imparted or inculcated. It largely rests on the person to imbibe why it is need to discuss and imbibe the values in our life. The reasons are in our day-to-day life, we witness the unrest among human beings. Rafts are common. Hatreds can be seen everywhere. Lack of compassion, love, passion, people seem fearful. We find countless decline in the values enshrined in our constitutions like truth, goodness, fraternity, equality, and dominance of untouchability in human acts, etc. Here and now, we can see the brutality against women. The rape against women seem very common in today's world. It has become very common to listen to, especially in news, that a small child carried a deadly weapon in schools and opened fire against his friends. See, friends, in today's world, we many a time we observe that there is no compassion, no sympathy, no empathy. Why this is happening? It is only because we are uprooted of our basic human values. It is the genuine, actually, it is the genuine reason and it is the genuine concern to bring the next generation onto the right path, build a happy life, make the world worth to live. The question is who can bring the change among the young generation and the lead them onto the path to absorb the essential values. The answer may be we the teacher can bring the desired change. Friends, let me tell you a story that how a teacher can bring a desired change in a student. In one village, there lived a teacher and a disciple. The disciple was very argumentative. Day and night, he used to argue with whom he encountered. One day, a stranger came in the village. He was a learned man, but he was also defeated in arguments with this disciple. The stranger was very upset. The next morning, the student went to his teacher and told the story that how he defeated the stranger in argument. The Guru replied that, why do you waste your energy in vain arguments? This will not lead you to the truth. Stop talking unless useless things. Do not waste your time. From that very moment, the student stopped talking, stopped argumentative with any person. Even the Guru was very surprised that what happened with my student. So friends, it is my intention behind this story to tell you that it is the Guru who can bring a desired change among the students. So in imparting a value education, it is we, the Guru, who can bring a desired change among our students. With this hope, let us see the methods and strategies of imparting value education one by one. So friends, there are different strategies, methods, and approaches for imparting value education. First is value education through curricular activities. So integration of values in subject teaching, values must be interwoven in the subject to be taught. It is the responsibility of the teacher to translate these values while teaching learning process. So various strategies and techniques could be used for teaching values in context of science and technology and other subjects. Among these strategies, let us see first some strategies in context of science and technology teaching. But it doesn't mean that these strategies are not applicable to other subjects as well. So these strategies are scientific investigation, moral biography, role play, dilemma story, field trips, outdoor camps, discussions. So friends, when you want your students imbibe some scientific values, you can apply the first strategy is the scientific investigation. Let your student investigate on their own. Provide them an atmosphere where they can discover the things. They involve themselves in a process through which they indirectly imbibe certain values in their life. Suppose in your village or in your city, there is one river nearby the city. You can arrange a trip of your student to visit that river, and the students will explore that how that particular river is polluted. So, and they will understand that who are responsible for the pollution occurred in a river. They will be able to understand that we, the human beings, are responsible for all these things happening around us. At the same time, involve them that they will collect the sample of the water, they will diagnose how the water quality is, they will find out that what pollutants are there in water, and this way they will imbibe certain values like inclusiveness, then objectivity, and love, compassion, and working together with other people. These values can be indirectly evolved or can be imbibed among the students through such a scientific activities. The next one is the moral biography. So you may present any of the person, whether it may be a scientist, a socialist, a good entrepreneur, and their biography will definitely excite and appeal the students to at least inculcate certain values in their living legend. Another way is role play. So it's a very common activity. If it is implemented and carried out and transacted in a classroom, even in a classroom teaching, it has a drastic impact on the overall personality of the students. So you can ask your students to role play different activities. Those role may be played from the uh, distinguished figures. Say, for example, in a freedom fighting, our freedom fighter has sacrificed a lot. You may allow your students to role play Gandhiji, Sardarji, or other freedom fighters. So from their life, by the way of role playing, they will indirectly imbibe the desired values, which were actually practiced by these legendaries. Another technique is dilemma story. The dilemma story is a story. You can tell a story to your students and you just allow them to think over what stance the students will take if they are in such a situation. Say, for example, I think the Kohlberg has explained this story many times, but with certain revision, I will tell you that story. That in one village, a man's wife was very sick, and she was in such a situation that if she do not get particular medicine, she may die. In the entire city, there was a medical store, and the owner of that store, who has invented a particular medicine which was very effective in the disease which this lady had. So his husband approached the owner of that medical shop. He requested that his wife is in a very critical stage, If she do not get this medicine, she will not survive. But the owner of the drugs say that I have wasted my lot of time and my energy and all these things, so I cannot sell this medicine. Uh, Without taking, say for example, 2,000 rupees. But the man didn't have that much money with him. So he tried to collect this so many money from his neighbors and friends, and it was in total 1,000 rupees only. He again requested that man, but denied that I will not take a single rupee less than the 2,000 rupees. Then what happens? This fellow, what should he do? Because this is a dilemma in the life of the person, that in such a situation, what he should do. After telling such a story, you can ask your students to come up with their stand. So the students will come up with a different stands, that whether this particular fellow should steal that medicine from the shop, or he should leave his wife to die. What should he do? So if such a dilemma may happens every time in our life, and we should try to adjust ourselves. We try to adhere with values which we follow in our life. So putting such a kind of situation before the students, we can just give them a platform from where they can imbibe certain values. Another thing is the field trips and outdoor campus. So as I right now said, that you can arrange as per the level of the students. You can arrange any field trips and outdoor camps. In outdoor camps, suppose if you take any of the social activity and let your student explore within that activities, that suppose if you send your students to the nearby village and to survey that how the people are living, what is the status of their health, and how the cleanliness are being maintained by these people. This will give an opportunity to the students to explore the different things on outdoor camps. At the same time, they will imbibe certain values. They will work in a group, so they will love how to love other people. They will learn uh, that other values like cooperation. So such a kind of activities may help them to learn certain values in their life. And another method and technique is discussion. So friends, discussions can have a good impact if it is carried out in a proper environment. Even during the classroom interaction, teacher used to interact with the students in a classroom where he have a discussions on a different topics, and this discussion must involve certain values so that ultimately our goal may be served, that with the help of the discussions, our goal is to imbibe the values among students. So these are the common techniques which can be helpful to, at least we can say that, they learn or inculcate or imbibe the desired values among the students. So in total, dear friends, up to now, we have learned what actually the education is, what are the values, and what is the underpinning in education for value imparting. And we have seen that the different strategies and techniques which can be easily incorporated during the classroom interaction, outside of the classroom, so that we can give a platform to our students so that they can imbibe certain values in their lives. So thank you very much, friends, for listening to me, and I hope that, I think, few of the techniques, if you individually, if you invent something more and try to use these activities in your day-to-day classroom, I hope that you will be able to at least inculcate certain values among your students. Actually, the value teaching is itself a complex phenomena. So I can't guarantee that in a one instant or in a one attempt, all these values can be imbibed. And you can impart all these values through your classroom teachings or other activities in your institutions. But if you provide a platform, and being a teacher, if you become a role model for your students, the students will definitely imbibe these values. So friends, this is all about the strategy and techniques. I think this is the first part. In a later part, we'll try to understand certain more methods and techniques for value education. Thank you for listening me carefully. Thank you all. So thanks, friends.